Welcome back to my English Learning YouTube channel, my dear viewers and subscribers. I am discussing voice sense in my videos. Okay, I have written here the title of the chapter voice. So, in my previous video, I have discussed the voice sense of present indefinite tense. So, I am writing some sentences here. You can see I have also given the structures of active voice and passive voice. Okay, that means how to change a sentence of present indefinite tense into passive one. Here you can see he likes tea. I have written here a very simple sentence. So here he is the subject, likes art, and tea is the object. And to change it from active to passive, we have to write, that means the object has to be made subject. Okay, so T will come at the very beginning and it is in the present tense, that is why is will come, and we have to always use the past participle form of the verb. So here I have written liked, T is liked, and we have to write by preposition before the object. So he, the object of he is him. Okay, so this is the passive voice of he likes tea. So we have already discussed this rule of present indefinite tense. Today I will discuss the voice sense of present continuous tense. So you can see at first I will write the structure of present continuous tense in its active voice. Okay, so present continuous tense, here I am writing present continuous tense, that means passive voice of present continuous. Okay, here the structure of tense will also be revised. If you see these changes minutely, here you can see if we want to write a sentence of present continuous tense in active voice, then we have to write AB means active voice, subject plus am is are. So these are the verb of present tense, subject plus am is are, then main verb with ing. Okay, main verb ing, then we have to write object if we want to change the voice, but object is not necessary in present continuous tense, but it is very necessary or important to change the voice, because if there is no object we cannot change the verb into passive one, because object has to be made subject. This is the first and foremost rule of passive voice. Okay, then extension I have written here as ex. Here subject number 1 in my previous video I wrote it, and why I wrote it I explained you everything. This one is 2. Now I am writing a sentence. Okay, I am teaching you voice. Okay, I am teaching you voice change now. Voice change now. So this is a sentence of present continuous tense. You can see here, this is the subject, am is the verb, and verb teach has taken ing with it, and you is the object, and voice sense is also an object. There are two objects here. Okay, any object we can make the subject. Okay, any of them we can make any of them subject. Okay, now in passive voice it is in PV. What should I write? What should we write? The object will become the subject. So this subject here it has become number 2. That means that object has come here, and that is why I have written here 2. Then am is are, as am is are present here, we have to write am is are again, as the verb has taken ing with it. So in passive voice we have to use being. Okay, for ing instead of ing we have to use being in passive voice. Okay, subject am is are, being, then past participle form of the main verb. It is always very important that we have to use the past participle form of the main verb. We should never use ing here in passive voice. Okay, not other form except past participle form of the main verb. Then by will come, then object, after that extension, and this object, that means that subject will come here and it will be an object here. So I have written number 1. Okay, I have put number 1 under the object. Okay, now we will change this sentence into passive one. Here this is an object here, you. There are two objects in this sentence, we know it. So we will try to change its voice from active to passive twice, because we have two objects here. First we will take this you. So this one I can say this one number one. So this one number one implies you. You have come here. This is the subject, new subject, and according to this new subject, we will take the verb here are. Okay, you takes are always. You always takes are. Okay, I always takes am. You always takes are. So being will come. We know it because the verb is with ing. That is why being will come. You are being. Then we have to use the past participle form of the verb. The verb is here teach or teaching. That means teach, taught, taught. T-A-U-G-H-T. You are being taught. Voice sense is here. We have to write here. Okay. You are being taught voice sense by. Then by will come. By I would be me as its object form. And now is here. So you have to write it now as an extension of the sentence. So you can see you are being taught voice sense by me. This is a sentence of passive voice. Okay. Again, as there are two objects here. Okay. Now this is also an object. Now this object has written here as an object. That is why we in grammatical language call it retained object. Now we can bring the retained object to the place of subject also. That is why now we can change it into passive by taking voice sense as the subject of the new sentence. So one implies we can write voice sense. Okay, voice sense, and voice sense it is the singular subject. That is why it will take is with it, voice sense. Then being will come. It is very common when there is ing with the verb. Being is always common if there is ing with the verb. Okay, so remember it. Being is always common if the verb is with ing. Okay, voice sense is being taught, past participle form, taught to. Here we have to use an appropriate preposition before this retained object. Here you is the retained object now. So voice sense is being taught to you by me now. Okay, this is the sentence of passive voice. So I hope you have already understood. I have tried myself. I have tried my level best to make you understand one by one, word by word. So it is very clear to you. I hope you have already understood. Yet I will write some more sentences to make your conception very clear. So I will write the sentence of passive present continuous tense only. So you have already got it. Please look at the board and see once more closely. Please see closely. Please see very attentively how the changes have taken place. Okay, subject, amijar, main verb, ing, object. This is the active voice structure of present continuous tense, and passive voice structure is subject, amijar, being. Only being has come more here, and past participle must be written in passive form because this is the most important characteristic of passive. By will come. Okay, then subject should be made object. Okay, now I hope you have already got the point, or you have already understood what I have already told you. Okay, now I am writing some more examples here of this present continuous tense and how to change them into passive one. Okay, so you see the boy is reading a novel now. Okay, the boy is reading a novel now. Again, we will write some sentences in passive also. You see, a book is being bought by our principal. By our principal now. Okay. Again, we can write, I am writing an essay now. An essay now. So you see, I have written here 3 more sentences to discuss the change of voice. Okay. Definitely this is the sentence of active voice because ing is present and it is in the present continuous tense. So we have to bring this object to the place of subject, a novel. Okay, and how to find out an object, I told you in my previous video that we have to ask question to the verb what the boy is reading. Answer is definitely a novel. So this is the object. So it will come at the beginning of the sentence. A novel takes is. Then we have to write being. Being will come when there is ing. Being will come. So a novel is being read. Okay, by the boy now. Okay, by the boy now. So this is the sentence of active voice. This is the sentence of passive voice. Now here we see this sentence, and if we observe it closely, then we see that the sentence is written in passive form. Okay, because here being is present and past participle form of the verb is present. But you never misunderstand that by is present. That is why it is present, passive voice. By is not necessary to make a sentence passive or to know a sentence passive. By is not any identity to know or to ascertain that the sentence is in passive voice. Okay, there are so many sentences where we may not use by, but the sentences are in already passive. Passive structure is recognized by looking here only. Okay, because here you can see is being bought. The verb has not taken ing and being is present here, and we have used the past participle form of the verb. So from this structure we can say that this is the sentence of passive voice, but not by looking at by. Okay, by is not necessary to recognize a sentence to be passive. Okay, so let it go. But the by is present here, so by is always used before the subject. That means the subject which has been used here as an object. So by will come at the very beginning. So after the word or parts that is written after by will come at the beginning of the sentence. That means it will be the subject. Okay, our principle. And when we make it active, then being will be removed. And as being will be removed, then the verb will take ing. So we have to bring in our mind these 2 things at first. That means by should be dropped and being should be dropped. And as the being is dropped, then the verb must take ing with it. And as it is here, it is the verb of present tense. That is why you must know, or we must know, that this sentence will be of present continuous only, not other tense. Okay, that is why we have to write our principle. Okay, our principle. And in present continuous tense we write subject then verb, and principle is the verb. Here the verb here is. So our principle is. Now we will use the verb with its ing form. So the verb is buy and ing. Our principle is buying a book. Now. So very easy to change some sentence from passive to active. So this has become a sentence of active voice. Okay, our principle is buying a book now. So sometimes our students get very difficulty to change a sentence from passive to active. But if we notice the changes and if we observe the sentences in this way, how I have already explained to you, then it becomes very easy and we can do everything and every sentence, or change every sentence from passive to active. So it also depends upon our practice also. Okay, I am writing an essay now. This is definitely a sentence of active voice and it is in present continuous tense. So object is an essay, and an essay will take is with it. Okay, an essay is being will come because ing is present here, and essay is being wrote, written. Okay, written by me now. So this is the passive form of the sentence I am writing an essay now. An essay is being written by me now. So very easy to understand, and if you try and if you want to remember, then everything will be very okay. Everything will be very easy. So this is all for today. I want to stop my video here today only. Thank you for watching my videos.